Hi, welcome to the Mind Body Reset Gym. Today we're going to talk about gut bacteria and the importance that it has in our lives. One of the great things about bariatric surgery is that it resets the gut bacteria to a really healthy place for us. And if we eat well and healthy, it will stay that way. And I wish I would have known that. I wish somebody had told me, and maybe they didn't know that back in the day when I got my surgery. But now we really influence how healthy our gut bacteria stays. There's things that we can do to keep it healthy. There's some things we can't do. So I want to talk to you about that today so that you can be healthy and do the best you can with it. So here we go. There's 4 facts about our brain and gut connection. There's a bacterial population that lives in our intestines called gut microbiota. And bariatric surgery alters this in really significant ways. This gut microbiota consists of tens of trillions of microorganisms, and it can weigh up to 6 pounds. Isn't that incredible? We get a lot of this bacteria at birth when we go through the birth canal. If we were born C-section, we miss out on some of this bacteria. Using antibiotics can affect what the bacteria looks like. Also, the foods that we eat. For example, if you've ever made bread and you put sugar in the yeast, you watch that sugar just kind of foam up. And we've got bacteria that loves sugar and gets bigger and grows stronger on that sugar. And actually, if you go off sugar, it wants to die out and can actually make you crave sugar. It's long been known that the brain communicates with the gut. So phrases like gut wrenching or follow your gut, that's where those come from. But there's a gut-brain connection that they're uncovering now, where the gut actually gives the brain signals. I've got several gut doctors. They'll just come up to me and they'll say, that mental health starts in the gut, don't you? And after reading these studies, have to agree with them. If we have healthy guts, the chances of being mentally healthy are a lot better than they would be otherwise. So it may be that the microbiota influences our moods and our emotions. For example, there's a probiotic bacteria called Lactobacillus rhamnosus. I think I said that right. And it contains the neurotransmitter GABA, which the brain really needs to help with activity and also to calm anxiety produced in the gut. It also shows that altering our gut bacteria through our diet can help reduce stress and anxiety. I know people that as soon as you put them on sugar, their anxiety level skyrockets. So it's really important for you to start paying attention to what emotional effects the foods that you eat, the specific types of foods, even though they may be on your plan, have on your emotions. I started thinking of food as a drug. Everything that goes in my mouth, I think of as having some kind of biological effect in my body. So if I think of food as drug, I want to keep the best food I can for me going into my body, and food will not affect everyone the same way. So this is just a real quick look at the way it all works. We've got our gut biology here at the bottom, middle, and our brains at the top. If we have a healthy central nervous system, healthy functioning gut, it helps our nervous system function well. If we have an abnormal gut or abnormal biology in our gut, then it affects our central nervous system functioning. And even though we're talking about bacteria here, one of the side effects of COVID, which is a virus, also seems to happen in the gut. And we know that one of the reasons is brain fog. Now, I'm not connecting the dots here for you at all, but it seems that there may be some kind of effect between the brain and the gut, even with viruses, because the microbiota is not healthy. So Johns Hopkins University did a study on the GI system and found that there was some signals sent to the brain from the gut, not just from the brain to the gut. They found that there's a higher level of people with irritable bowel syndrome, for example, that have depression and anxiety. And they think that that's because of the way the gut affects the brain rather than the brain affecting the gut. It bears further study. The important thing is that you just had surgery, or you will be having surgery that affects the gut. It redoes the gut bacteria to a certain extent, and you want to keep it as healthy and strong as you can in order to keep your mind as strong as your body. So to do that, here's some ideas. First, take prebiotics, and they are typically foods that have higher fiber, and as bariatric patients we have to be careful, especially in the beginning, of high fiber foods. So use dietitian and doctor advice that provide probiotics, and that really does help break the food up better. It helps with the digestion as well. And then after you eat, taking a good probiotic is a really, really good idea, and that will help you have better health. And then be aware of what you eat, and that's probably the most important thing. It's not just eating a certain amount of calories or a certain amount of protein, it's also the type of calories and the type of protein that you put into your body that affects your microbiota. So that becomes very important. So for your journal workout, reflect on what you've learned about bacteria, and feel free to do your own research. It's an emerging field right now, so the research is not settled. We're just learning things all the time. So research it out for yourself, but especially notice what foods settle well with you and what foods help you feel healthy and strong and keep that gut bacteria healthy, and just keep track of that. That's the most important thing you could do.